Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because the NFL landscape is buzzing, and the Baltimore Ravens are right in the middle of it. Rumors are swirling that the Cincinnati Bengals might be making a bold move, and that move involves none other than Ja'Marr Chase. Yeah, you heard that right. Chase, one of the most explosive and dynamic wide receivers in the league, might be heading to Baltimore, and if it happens, it could reshape the entire AFC North, possibly even the entire conference. This isn't just some idle speculation. Multiple sources, including reputable insiders like Adam Schefter, are weighing in on this, and the implications are massive. Let's break down what this potential trade means, not just for the Bengals, but more importantly for the Ravens. First, a little background. The Bengals, coming off a disappointing 5-12 season, are facing some serious financial constraints. They're currently dealing with a negative cap space of around $9 million, which makes it tough to keep their core intact. Plus, their 2025 offense ranked 21st overall, and they've been leaking turnovers. Burrow threw 10 touchdowns to 17 interceptions, and their EPA per pass is barely above 0 at 0.10. It's clear that Cincinnati is in a bit of a rebuild mode, especially on the defensive line and secondary, but also offensively, they're looking to shake things up. Now, the word on the street is that Cincinnati might be willing to part ways with Chase in exchange for a second-round pick in 2026. Why? Well, they're prioritizing their offensive line and overall cap flexibility, and Chase's hefty $39 million price tag is starting to look a little too steep given the team's current situation. They're also eyeing a rebuild, focusing on younger defensive talent through the draft, aiming to boost their defensive rankings and reduce their reliance on costly veteran contracts. For the Ravens, this is a game changer. Imagine adding Ja'Marr Chase to their already potent offense. With him pairing up alongside a healthy Zay Flowers, Baltimore could unleash a truly explosive aerial attack. Chase's profile is just absurd. This guy is a true game breaker. In 2025, he racked up 120 catches for 612 yards and 17 touchdowns, averaging 2.9 yards per route run with a target rate of 33.6%. He also made 71% of his contested catches, which is elite, and his yards after catch per reception was a hefty 7.0. His PFF grade is consistently near the top, 94.8, making him one of the best in the league at what he does. What makes Chase so dangerous isn't just his stats, but his dynamic ability to create mismatches. He's fast, clocking a blazing 4.34 in the 40-yard dash, and has a vertical leap of 41 inches, which makes him a nightmare for defensive backs. His release off the line is elite, allowing him to break man coverage easily. His YAC, yards after catch, is over 7 yards per reception, and he's been able to break through elite secondaries, like the Bengals' own matchup against Marlon Humphrey in 2025, where he caught 9 passes for 152 yards, breaking Bengals' records. That kind of production against top-tier defenders shows just how special he is. Adding Chase to the Ravens' offense would be like injecting pure dynamite into their scheme. Pair him with Flowers, who graded out at 88, 6 PFF and amassed over 200 yards in 2025, and you're talking about a duo that can stretch defenses vertically and horizontally. This would open up the entire offense, giving Lamar Jackson more options deep downfield. The projections estimate that the Ravens could be looking at around 235 passing yards per game just with Chase and Flowers on the field, pushing their total aerial yards closer to 325 yards per game. That's a massive boost, especially considering how much more efficient their passing game could become. EPA per target could jump by over 32%, and deep route completions could increase by 34%. This potential move isn't just about raw stats. It's strategic, too. The Ravens have been known for their balanced attack, but with Chase, they could shift into a more explosive, high-powered offense. His ability to win contested catches, leading the league at 73% contested catch rate, and his YAC ability would make him a perfect fit for Lamar's deep ball game. We've seen Jackson throw some big-time throws this season, and Chase's presence would only elevate that. Plus, with the cap space they currently have, around $31 million, they could make this move without sacrificing other key pieces or future flexibility. And let's not forget, this move would help offset the injury to Michael Majubuik, who's out with a neck injury. Their aerial attack would absorb that loss and still thrive with Chase's vertical threat. Now, what about the impact on the Super Bowl picture? Well, adding a player of Chase's caliber would significantly improve the Ravens' chances. Right now, their odds of winning the Super Bowl are around plus 700, but with Chase in the fold, those odds could plummet to plus 220, making Baltimore one of the top contenders. His contested catch ability, which is at 71%, would give the Ravens a major advantage against defenses like the Bengals, which have struggled with man coverage, allowing over 7.6 yards per pass. Chase's knack for making big plays in clutch moments could be the X factor that elevates Baltimore's offense to new heights, especially in the playoffs. And let's talk about the long term. Chase's involvement could help Baltimore build a true offensive dynasty. His ability to turn short passes into big gains, combined with the Ravens' innovative scheming and Lamar Jackson's unique athleticism, could make them a nightmare for defenses. Their projected offensive rank could jump into the top 5, with big improvements in red zone efficiency, projected to increase TD rate by over 23%, and third down conversions climbing by over 21%. The Ravens would not only be more explosive, but smarter, more efficient, and more unpredictable. From a historical perspective, Chase's profile is reminiscent of some of the best receivers in the league. Think of his comparables like Randy Moss in his prime, especially considering his yards after catch and ability to dominate in contested situations. His career stats are already impressive: 124 yards and 68 touchdowns in just a few seasons, showing that he's not just a flash in the pan, but a true superstar in the making. His durability has been solid too, missing only a handful of games due to minor injuries, which is a big plus for any team looking to add a franchise cornerstone. Cincinnati's reasoning for moving Chase makes sense from a cap and rebuild perspective. They're trying to keep their core intact, but the financial strain and their offensive struggles have made them prioritize younger, cheaper options and focus on bolstering their defense. Their offense has been plagued by turnovers, especially from Burrow, who's thrown 10 touchdowns but 17 interceptions last season. Their overall offensive efficiency has suffered, ranking 21st, and their defense has been leaking points, ranked 25th in yards allowed per carry, along with a low forced turnover rate. They're clearly in a transition phase, and trading Chase could be part of a bigger plan to reset the team's financials and draft future stars. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, this trade could be the final piece needed to truly contend for a Super Bowl. They're already a top-tier team, ranked 3rd in points allowed, with a stout defense that can keep games close. Adding Chase would give them that extra edge, that secret weapon needed to break through tough defenses and close out games in the fourth quarter. With Jackson's rushing threat and Chase's vertical game, the Ravens could become one of the most unpredictable and dangerous offenses in the league. In terms of their season outlook, Baltimore is already dreaming big. They're aiming for a top seed, and with a healthy roster, they have the talent to dominate. The AFC is stacked: Kansas City, Buffalo, Miami, and others, but Baltimore's upgraded aerial attack could be the difference maker. The AFC North, known for its gritty, tough football, might just see its power balance shift if the Ravens land Chase. The division could become even more competitive, with the Ravens establishing a new standard on offense that other teams will have to match. Of course, such a trade isn't without risks. Cincinnati might hold out for a higher pick, or other teams could jump in. The Ravens will need to make sure they're willing to meet the Bengals' asking price, and they'll also have to work out the salary cap details, ensuring Chase's contract fits within their budget. But given the potential payoff, an elite receiver who can change games instantly, most Ravens fans would agree that this move is worth exploring. It's about building a team that not only competes now, but sets the foundation for a sustained dynasty. And to wrap it all up, the excitement isn't just about one player or one game. It's about the bigger picture: how Baltimore can leverage this move to elevate their entire franchise. With Chase, the Ravens could see a renaissance in their offensive identity, turning into a team that scares opponents with their speed, skill, and strategic versatility. The AFC North would have a new powerhouse to reckon with, and the Super Bowl dreams of Baltimore fans could become even more vivid. This is the kind of move that gets the entire league talking, And as Ravens fans, we've seen how bold moves often lead to big victories. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, it's all about whether this trade becomes reality. If it does, the Ravens' offense would transform overnight, turning into one of the most lethal units in the league. The combination of Lamar Jackson's dual-threat ability, Flowers' route running, and Chase's explosive playmaking would be a nightmare for defenses. Plus, the Ravens' coaching staff would have a plethora of options to diversify their attack, using Chase in deep routes, contested catches, and YAC opportunities, making it nearly impossible for defenses to contain them. This move would also send a message across the league that Baltimore is serious about reclaiming their spot at the top. They're not just building for this season, they're building a legacy. Chase's arrival would help solidify their status as a Super Bowl favorite, especially with the cap space they have to maneuver and future draft picks to continue building around their core. So, Ravens fans, keep your eyes peeled because this story is unfolding in real time. The potential of landing a player like Ja'Marr Chase is not just a rumor, it's a statement of intent. Whether it happens or not, the Ravens are always in the mix, always looking to elevate their game, and always pushing to bring home that 6th Lombardi trophy. This is a franchise that knows how to seize opportunities, and right now, this might be the biggest one yet. Stay tuned, because the offseason is just getting started, and Baltimore's next chapter could be written with Chase's name on it. The excitement is real, and the future looks brighter than ever. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Baltimore Ravens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news.